Hey guys, welcome back to the AspieWorld. What's going on in my hair? Yeah, no, I'm wearing a brand new hat today. As you can see, my beard is looking splendid. But today we're going to do a video on autism spectrum disorders. What is an autism spectrum disorder? Because you hear this kind of term moved around and people get a diagnosis of ASD, which is autism spectrum disorder, but people don't really know what an autism spectrum disorder is. So today I thought I would just do a video for people who want to know what that is. And if you're searching out there for the internet for what is a autism spectrum disorder, what does it consist of, you're in the right place. This video is for you. Okay, so an autism spectrum disorder refers to a specific disorder of varying complex gradients. So it is a naming convention for an entire spectrum of different disorders. This is a very large complex range of disorders, all stemming from brain development and neurological development. They are categorized in varying degrees from social interaction and behavior, verbal and non-verbal communication, and also repetitive behaviors. So autism spectrum disorders were quite categorized back in the day, where you'd have maybe high functioning autism, low functioning autism, high functioning autistic, low functioning autistic, Aspergers Syndrome, high functioning Aspergers Syndrome, low functioning Aspergers Syndrome, high functioning autism. So all these terms were then amalgamated into one specific type of diagnosis that was characterized in the diagnostic manual for creating diagnoses called the DSM-5. If you guys would like to know more about the DSM-5, please give this video a thumbs up and we can do a video on the DSM-5. But since then, they categorized all of the disorders under the umbrella autism spectrum disorder. Now, this is kind of weird because some people were being categorized as Aspergers Syndrome and some people categorized as autism, and to fuse them all together to put you under the same umbrella, a lot of people kind of took offense to this and said, well, you know, Asperger's doesn't really exist anymore, but Asperger's does exist. It's a very true thing. The only difference is where they used to class Asperger's is slightly different to autism. It's now put into the umbrella of the autism spectrum disorder, which I believe will help with you trying to access some funding or help or some guidance in the medical industry, because they know it has a more specific diagnosis rather than, you know, it's a diagnosis of Asperger's, but it could be autism, blah 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 blah. So the autism spectrum disorder can be diagnosed from the age of about 3 years old, where a child from 3 years up should start showing signs of symptoms of autism, and an autism spectrum disorder may be diagnosed around that time. It is estimated that about 1 in 100 people in the UK have autism spectrum disorder issues and are characterized under the autism spectrum disorder diagnosis program. That's 1 in 100 people with autism. But that is also saying that there are mainly males who have autism rather than there are girls. It's not totally uncommon that girls that have autism, it's just that it's not as common for girls to have autism. If you'd like to see a video on girls and autism, I'm going to do a whole series on that. I don't know if you're interested. So please give this video a thumbs up if you're interested in seeing a series on female autism spectrum disorder type videos. So if you are looking for a diagnosis for autism, you will probably come under the DSM-5 autism spectrum disorder, because that is how they diagnose it now. And I think it's quite efficient that they do that. So if you know someone who has Aspergers Syndrome or high functioning autism or autism in general or classic autism, as sometimes it was actually diagnosed as, then you know that they do have ASD. Or if you come across somebody who says, oh, I have ASD, then you know that they have an autism spectrum disorder, but it's very varied, and this could be you know, as faint as stuff like ADHD, all the way up to Asperger's, all the way up to autism, classic autism traits, non-verbal communication and lack of motor skills. So that is the ASD definition for you guys, so you know exactly what that is. And if anybody out there is researching autism and Asperger's syndrome, then you know what the ASD kind of all comes under. If you'd like to learn more about autism and Asperger's syndrome, please hit that subscribe button right here. If you'd like to see my last video, it will be placed over here. And if you want to check me out on a day-to-day level, I have a vlog channel, so please click it here. Every single comment I read and I reply to, so please put a comment in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. I'll see you next time, guys. Peace!